Hold on, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna get something untangled.
You're the man who lost a mother and a brother to evil 20 years ago.
Okay.
The son of the legendary Dark Knight Sparta.
And the reason why I'm putting my headset is, today I'm solo. Before I start the Let's Play for Devil May Crystream all day today, I got some sad news about New World Eternal. By the end of next year,
strange and ironic that it will end the same way.
You people thought I was going to say this year. So by the end of next year, at the end of next year,
Let's rock, baby.
even though it had suggested amount of players, well, I guess you can say 30,000 to 10,000 is not really good enough, huh? But the reason why it died out, before I start illustrating, the reason why it died out, politics on the servers, on the chat itself, people, what have we learned about politics in MMOs? And I've complained about this way before. Don't put politics in the MMO because MMOs are to enjoy. Stop ruining the fun for other players. Alright. Let's get started. Because New World is ending next year at the end of next year. So we're gonna enjoy some games of them. Maybe I'll play the second one also, maybe. And good news, everyone. I am trying to how you said, stop the grudge between me and my cousin. I made her think that I had a grudge against her. I really don't. It's just I was pissed off because way back, I told my cousin that because my cousin asked me, I said, there are times where she looks sad because my sister sent me a picture. And she thought, sorry guys, and she thought, my cousin thought that maybe if my mom stayed with her and my uncle and my aunt, that she'll, have better feelings. That is way far from the case. My mom has dementia and Alzheimer's. See, they're trying to get her to do foot therapy, and my dad has so much hope that hopefully foot therapy will work. But things that I know, my mom is there. Any old age.
Two millenniums ago, there was a war between the human world and the other, the underworld. Somebody from the underworld woke up to justice and stood up against this legion. His name was Sparta. Later, he quietly reigned in the world and continued to preserve our heart until his death. He became a legend, the legendary Dark Knight, Sparta.
So my mom, she has Alzheimer's. She can remember some stuff still, even though she has Alzheimer's. I guess Alzheimer's sometimes doesn't completely wipe out memory, depending on how bad. I don't know. It's really
Devil May Cry.
I heard that she
Sorry, we closed at 9. Again, no password.
And she'll make different
Anyway.
because there's times where
Slow down, babe.
she's when her, like when me and my dad leave.
Well,
when I left
do
the
we
nursing
have
home
here?
that one time,
Nature calls?
she
back.
looked like she was kind of emotional, sad.
So
Because there's different.
you must be the handyman who'll take any dirty job.
Old
Am I correct?
person
Almost.
has Alzheimer's.
I only
or
take special
dementia.
jobs.
With
If you
dementia,
know what I
it's
mean.
a little bit worse because the person
You're the man who lost a mother and a brother to evil 20 years ago. The son of the legendary Dark Knight Sparta.
My mom had
Mr.
earthworms
Dante.
in her legs. Okay.
Or the way I figure it, in this business, a lot of people have got it.
So,
And if I kill each one that comes, eventually I should hit the jackpot sooner or later.
In that case, you should be used to this sort of thing.
So, turns out there is no cure for Alzheimer's. No cure for what the thing is
Time to go to work.
I told my dad, best program
Even as a child, I had powers. There's demonic blood in me.
So, I just told my dad, I learned that
You were the first one to know about my inventions. Looks like I'm getting closer.
have her in a nursing home near us. But there's no cure to her emotions.
Seems that way. But I'm not
Because
your enemy.
whenever she
My name
feels,
is
she's
Trish.
just gonna feel.
I came here to seek your help.
So,
Put an end to the underworld.
What?
out of the nursing home because if she's at that point, if the person is at that point in age and Alzheimer's happens, there's no return.
20 years ago, Moon Distant, the Emperor of the Underworld, was resurrected. Yes. His powers were sealed by Sparta. He's attempted to gain control of the human world once again. He has been preparing to open the gate on Malay Island.
Grandpa, if we could take her. And I told her, that's a bad idea. And because I was trying to warn her that my mom is already at
The castle is above this
no
cliff.
return.
Come on, let's go.
There are times she'll make emotional face like depression. That's all part of it. And there will be a lot of things that she'll start to forget. Some stuff she'll remember, but a lot of stuff she'll forget. Like, she'll forget when you tell her, I'm going home, Mom. Oh, me too. If you say that, if you say you're going home, she'll think that she's going home. Because that's what she was used to being. But if you tell her, hey Mom, I'm going upstairs, right? And there's no upstairs in the nursing home. She'll say, okay. And she'll make a depression face. Because, no, actually she'll just be trying to process it. But yeah, she'll think there's an upstairs. She don't remember there's a lot of things she don't remember. The only thing she remembers is upstairs in our house because that's where her room was, and she's always there every night with my dad. I try to get my dad to leave the door unlocked so that way I can watch over him too. Because there are times when he'll say that there's a chance he might go down too. And I told him, don't think that way. Don't think that way for a minute or at all, period. You have to think you can because I'm here with you, and my sister may be having time off in Florida, but I'm with you, and you're usually with me too, and we can't do anything solo. We have to have someone like like teamwork. Like when you're living alone with someone, you have to be there by that person, and he has to be there by you. No matter if it's a female and a male who are married, or a male who marries the female, or a man who marries a man, or a woman who marries a woman. No matter what relationship, no matter what situation, no matter what parent-wise or couple-wise, you have to be there for each other. And this is coming from a guy who watches adult anime, fan art. But I am not that type of person in reality. Unless the female companion that is my age says, let's say she says she wants a child. And, because we're lovers, I would have no choice but to fulfill that obligation. I have to be obligated to my relationship, and dedicated to my wife, if I have a wife in the future, which I do not now, and I might never will, because life is mysterious in many ways. Either you find love or you don't find love. That's how life is. Because there are a lot of adults that usually don't have a love life at all, but they do have a friend. There are times where they don't have a friend, they don't have a love life. And there are times where you think in your head, am I ever gonna find love out there? Sometimes it will never happen. Sometimes it will. You just have to find that right person. And sometimes people just stay alone, because it's a lot of reasons, and some complicated, some not. So for me, I don't know what the future holds for me as a human being. And I know I'm saying stuff weird, like, even though I'm making this let's play. But I don't think I titled it let's play. Oh yeah, I did. So, there'll be times where we go through stressful moments, right? And there'll be times where sorry, man, I gotta get you, please. So, life is just so mysterious. God created us in many different shapes and forms, because some of us has big chests, some of us don't, because we're different genders. And God actually created transgenders, by the way, FYI, for your information. So if people are against transgenders, I mean, you don't have to be the type of person who's into transgenders, but respect them, respect them, because we're all human beings, okay? No matter if the person is transgender, no matter if the person is whatever he is or she is, he is or she is unique. I just want to get that out of my chest. It's just so much disrespect due to politics and all that other stuff, and toxicity on social media. People talking about transgenders like they're monsters. And there are gays, and some of those gays say that they're transgender, but that is far beyond. That is not the truth. See what I mean? That like, when you're gay, you're gay. If you become a woman, even though you're gay, you're still gay, but you become a woman. Like, you're the wife of the other guy. But like, don't ever say you're transgender just because when you're gay, you dress like a woman. That's not a good thing. And I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but like, you have to respect the gender, okay? Whoa! Respect the gender. No! What the heck? I'm starting to think that I may have made a mistake. It's almost easy. I don't know how they're doing it. So, as you can tell, me as a person, and everybody else as a person, we go through stress in different ways. We go through stress, we go through anxiety. When we go through anxieties, it's for different reasons, but we still go to anxieties from the same way. Because when we get anxiety, we just stay up, right? So, I don't know if you knew this, but I've stood up 2 days, but I don't think it's anxiety. I think it's just the hype for getting back into Julia on the PS5. I've already pre-ordered it. I didn't pre-order the deluxe edition. I pre-ordered the standard. I believe there's an ultimate edition, or it's probably just a deluxe edition. But when you get the deluxe edition, you get access to items that will help you just make it easier for you. But like, you can upgrade to the deluxe edition later down the road. So when I got the standard version, I think to myself, if I get the standard version now, I can upgrade to the deluxe for a cheaper price. So, you know, everything ends well. All well that ends well, right? Is what people would probably say if politics was a mess. I hear my dad. Hold on, guys, I'm gonna get my drink. Hey guys, I decided to delay a little bit. And there's maybe a chance I'll continue this stream, or I'll just stream maybe Wizard 101 if I can get on there, because last night it was packed. It was full. And people thought it wouldn't do right. Huh? And it's cross-play. Has anyone ever thought that Wizard 101 would do this good? See, I remember when I streamed and I talked about Wizard 101 on one of my streams, and this one guy, after I said, I feel like Wizard 101 could be good on all platforms. And I had a friend way back who I told, I think Wizard 101 should be a console thing. And he said, I don't know, because it's such a small studio, such a small development. I told him, if it came to all platforms, it would do really well, because I enjoyed the PC version. And so he responded, I don't know, because I don't think they can afford that type of business. If they gave the title, the IP, for another developer to work on for the consoles, then in a way they're spending a lot, but in a way they're spending less. I know this sounds confusing, but the way the original developers thought was smarter. And here's why. Because the developers are making more than the publisher, right? But the publisher is Gamago. The developers of Trove, the owners of the Trove IP, MMO IP. And let's just say Trove ain't that big of a success, but in a way it is a success. And you still have a decent amount of people still paying for it. Some are content creators, but you know, the original developers of Wizard 101, some people may say they're not rich enough to keep their business going. Look at them! They thought of a simple strategic way. Find a publisher, because if they find a publisher, they pay somewhat to the publisher, but the developers are actually making full cut than the publisher. And Sony is also kind of making equal cuts, right? I mean, equal pay. So the developers and the owner of the platform. So if it's Sony and the developers gave the publishing rights to deliver it to this platform. But the thing is, the developers are actually making part of that money too. But they are making more than the publishers. And so, and publishers, they make somewhat money, but they're making money through Trove too in a way. So, Sony makes a good money too. But people are gonna hate me for this, and some people may agree with me, some people may not. Let's just say I heard the things that are going to happen to Best Buy, Target, and this other shop. You know why? The taxes are too high. It's a political issue. It's Trump. It's the criminal. No, it's the cursed market man who's stealing the money from our businesses. And that's what's going on. But in the meantime, I will delay. And I shall bid you farewell until a while later. I'm gonna finish one more episode of this one anime, and I'm gonna try watching a little bit more anime. There are some new ones, there are some old ones. But there's only one that they are releasing new episodes that I love. And there are others that still hasn't been finished, like Rent a Girlfriend. That still hasn't been finished because I believe there's one more episode that's supposed to come out to that. But I feel like they're probably in hiatus. They're probably taking a break. The people that are working on it, or it might be done. I don't know. I might have to look it up on my phone. But alright guys, I don't know if Rent a Girlfriend has been canceled because it might have. But alright, see you guys soon. And have a nice one. Stay safe. Stay positive. And have hope and faith. The world will guide us to the victory of this world, of the bad. Okay.